Okay, so for today, we'll be talking about fair value gaps and intertwining them with intertwining them with Fibonacci's. All right. So let's see what data from this slide. Okay, this is a daily time frame. All right. So with this, I'm expecting first to determine the daily bias. I'm expecting at least a little push on GU for today or this week. Okay, for today instead, right? So my target is the low of this very day. My target is the low of this very day. I'm expecting to push to this low. And can I mark that out? All right, I'm expecting to push to this low. So that's my daily bias. So from the 1 hour time frame, I'll now plot my fair value gap. If I'm able to see any, right, targeting just this point, right? In this particular case, I don't necessarily need to mark support and resistance. All I need to know is my key levels. First of all, this is already a very good support zone, right? This is a low, perhaps this is a high. This is another low. This is another can be a high, a higher low, right? The most important thing is that from this point here, this is the highest point we have, right? And this is like perhaps the lowest point that give rise to this high. So I'm looking for the best entry. I'll go down to 15 minutes time frame perhaps to see if I can get a very good entry. Now the trend is making sense now, right? As you can see, a low, a high, a low, a high, a low, right? A high. So I'm seeing equal highs here, right? Which can also drive this market a little lower, perhaps lower than this, right? I also have um an idea or an ideology of how I see the market. If there is a move this way, I always expect the market to, okay, this is a low, right? I always expect the market to um, break this, then break this, then come back, then disappear, right? This is been area of equal low, right? This other one being an area of equal high. I've seen this happen multiple times, right? So, so the another what we have here, I have this. Of course, this is like from wherever it came from. This is a high, this is a low, this is another high. So I expect this low to be broken, perhaps down somewhere this way, then this high here broken, then I get a retest before the market moves, right? So that's what I'm expecting. Before the market now starts heading towards my target area for the day. All right. So that's about that, right? So since I've gotten this idea, I've already gotten my daily bias, and I'm expecting a bullish momentum. Now I should expect this low to be broken. So I'm just gonna mark it out and keep. I want this low to be broken. That's one. So working with Fibonacci, right? So this is like my lowest point, and this is my high, right? So let's see. Working with Fibonacci, I have this, right? So working from this low to this low, right? I expect I want to buy from. It should be this way, all right? Working from this lowest point to this highest point here, the market is not yet fully ready to start buying, right? If I'm looking for a buy, I want to look for them at the discount area, right? You buy below the 50 zone and you sell above the 50 zone, right? So this area now is where my interest is from this point down. I just mark it out, right? From this point down, that's where my buy interest is. I put it buy zone, then sell zone. Let me mark that up above. Buy zone, sell zone. Let me see if I can sell. Let me use red as the right. So instead of one green, yeah, I think that should suffice. Right. So let me turn off this guy because I'm no longer in need of it. All right. So this is my buy zone. This is my sell zone. So as I can have it, the market has not gotten into this area yet. All right. So let's. What am I gonna do now? I'm going to look for an entry within my buy zone. All right. I'm going to look for an entry within this area. All right. So we are not interested with selling. So I'm just gonna clear this because we don't need it. All right. So within this area, from this area downwards, can I get any buy entry? All right. So now I'm working with just, so let me delete this as well. You already know the zone you're looking at. Okay. Let me still leave it. Let me just leave it. In fact, let me line colors. Let me make it as faint as possible. All right. I don't know if you can still see this. So right now, we are from this zone down. Can I see any area of interest? I'm seeing a favorable gap down here. Remember, I said favorable gaps are areas between, I said favorable gaps are areas between two candles, right? So looking at this, I have two zones here. So let me mark it out. But let me mark it out with this instead. This is the high of this one. This is the low of this particular one over here. All right. We have we have the high of this first candle and we have the low of the third candle. So this space in between is our fair value gap, right? I can even label it LVG. All right, that's our LVG zone, right? So we are waiting for the market to tap perhaps into this zone, right? Before making that strong buy move we are looking at. We are waiting for the market to tap into this zone before making that strong buy move. First, we'll go this area because this is within our discount area. This is the best time to actually buy this market. Remember, this right here is our target for the day, right? So if perhaps the market comes in here, I should be aiming for this. All I need a little just within the zone. Then my SL should be below the candle that formed the fair value gap. So perhaps I can just choose below this whole zone entirely. All right. Safe, right? Below this whole zone. So I have 6 pips aiming for 7 pips. All right. This can be good. All right. So now we are doing analysis. We are doing live analysis right now. This is what's called live analysis, not backtesting, right? This is live analysis, not backtesting. So what next should I be looking at? Now I've gotten this zone, only 15 minutes time frame. Now what I can check is, can I perhaps get another possible area here on the 5 minutes time frame and possibly the 1 minute time frame? Remember, our interest zone is within this box. Let me highlight it again so that you see. Our interest zone, is within this box, right? So let's go down to 15 minutes to see if we can get something there. So this is 15 minutes. This is already our fair value gap from 15 minutes. These are 5 minutes rather. This is already our fair value gap for 15 minutes. Can we see another possible area? Fair value gap here. No, no, no. You can't see anything. The fair value gap on this 15 minutes time frame has been respected already. All right. The only reasonable fair value gap I can see in this 15 minutes is this point, this low, and this, right? This low. I've seen it. And this high. And as a fair value gap, it has been respected. It has been tapped into twice, right? So this fair value gap has already reacted. As it tapped into first one, second one disappeared. So can this tell us that this area, the possibility of market coming back to this area is very, very slim? Perhaps. But then with your rule stating that the market needs to buy from the discount zone, we still have to wait for the market to tap into this area first, right? Perhaps another reaction on this fair value gap before disappearing. So if we couldn't see anything on the 1 minute, on the 5 minutes time frame, we can perhaps check the 1 minute time frame, right? For the same possible outcome. In here, are we seeing anything? Yes. There are a series of fair value gaps within this zone, right? We have, if you start to work with this first set we have here, if you start to work with this first set we have here, we have fair value gap one. We have like so many. So let me just draw them out for us so you see. I have zone one. This is first one. First one, let me zoom this out well so you'll be seeing it. This is, let me make this faint as well so it doesn't disturb us, right? Okay. This is first one, the low of this and the high of this. Second one is the low of this, the high of this rather, and the low of this. So we'll mark it out soon. It's our second paper look at. So this is crazy actually. No, wait. Okay, yeah. This is another one. This is the third one. The high of this and the low of this. Is that crazy? Third one. There's no that we have like three favorite gaps here. I have like one, two, and three. Right? And I said, yeah, if you have favorite gaps like this, choose the middle one. Right? Choose the midpoint. Ignore the first one. Perhaps ignore the last. Choose the middle point. But if you're choosing the middle point here, knowing that there's another favorite gap below, you can decide to set your stop loss below this area, right? So in this case, if you decide to use this entry as our main, if you decide to use this area as our entry, your stop is gonna be here. Your SL is gonna be below this mark, all right? Below this low, all right? Then of course, you go for your main target. So this is giving you, you are risking 2.5 pips with this move, right? Then if you decide to target our main target area, that's like whooping, like it's too freaking much. Like, oh, and using this, you must not really, really, really get to the target too. So with this, your target, you're aiming for 3 pips, risking just two, 2.5, right? So now you can see breaking down to 1 minute time frame, reduce our risk, right? So can we see another favorable gap regardless, apart from this area? Can we see any other one down here? The ones I'm seeing here has been respected, right? I'm seeing this area between this and this. If I extend it, this is the reaction, right? This and this respected. So with all of this, I don't need to. Okay, here's another one. On the 1 minute time frame, we have the space between this and this, right? Which is, if we decide to extend it, there's no reaction on it yet. This is this, right? And this. If you decide to extend it, there's no reaction on it yet. So this area is still valid. So I think the best thing we can do now is, if we get stopped out, let me clear it. Now imagine you can have two entries here on this. You get stopped out for 2 pips. 2 pips is something and also nothing, right? That's a very low risk. Yeah. So if you get stopped out for this, you can wait for your entry here as well. Right. So if you don't get stopped out, you can ride it till whenever. Or you can ride this just for a while. You must not really aim for the highest. You can just reduce your R to like 1:4 or 3. This is 17. This is 2. This is 17. I can just reduce it to 4. Take your profits. Then wait to see if the market will come back and come back to this area. All right. See if the market will come back to this area. You get. So what are we even seeing here, sir? We have a high, we have a low, have a high, have a low. The market is trending up, but it has not broken this high. If it breaks this high, that means we'll be looking at another thing entirely. All right? That means we'll be looking at another thing entirely. You can still decide to analyze this 1 minute time frame, right? Work with it. Develop this. Let me see if I can mark. Let me just set let me just set something here first. So we know this is deviation. I want to take out this zone. And should I leave the zone? I think it's important somehow. Let me leave it. So I don't have too many lines on the charts. Right. Now, can decide to even analyze this 1 minute time frame itself, right? Break it down to see if you can get something from it. You already have your main idea, right? So we have this is a clear high, like this is a reasonable low, right? Or you can say this is my high, this is my low, this is my low, pull back a high, low, here. Just areas of intermediate highs and lows, right? Then we have a low. Next thing, we have another high, a lower low, right? A high. Now, so in this particular case, having something like this, right? So in this particular case, if I decide to, this is giving me an uptrend. I can take low, low trades here. I can start to target this high. But for this high to be valid, I will need to have an entry around here, right? So this is a clear uptrend. I need to have an entry below here. And what am I seeing? I'm seeing a clear level gap, right? So this is having an idea in between the idea you already have, right? I can decide to wait for the market to get into this point. I take my buy to ride with this, right? So if this is my high, if this is my lowest point, I can decide to use the Fibonacci. Let's see if even with the Fibonacci self, this area is too early for it to enter. I'm looking for something. Okay, let me plot this one now. This is my okay. Now, are you seeing this case over here? Okay, the market is coming down as it should. Are you seeing this case over here? You know why I said it's always very, very good to buy from the discount zone, right? This is a low, this is a high, right? The market didn't start buying around here. You waited till it came into this discount area, right? That's it, this below 50 zone, then started buying. This is a large fair value gap. This point here, this is a large fair value gap. From here, you can see it. The market didn't just the market didn't react from the fair value gap at this point. It came in around here before disappearing. Are you seeing that? Right? And of course, the market created a new fair value gap within the move. The market came back, continued. Right? So if we want to judge this particular move right now from this low, this time around, so we bring it to this low, right? Taking it to the highest point we have here. We will need the market to come in within below this area. This is a fair value gap, fine and good, right? So, but then I have this area is too early, right? It's too early to buy from. So in that case, it's not my best entry, taking a buy, right? So I have to look for an opportunity below this 50 zone. So am I seeing one? Yes, I am. Right? I'm seeing a better entry down here for my possible buy. Right? And of course, my stop loss will be below this area. Right? My stop loss will be below this area. This is a good fair value gap, quite all right. But I'm not interested in taking this buy because it is too early. Right? If I'm deciding to target for this place, it's too early for me. I'd rather wait and see if the market will come into this area for me to take my buy. And if that happens, there's gonna be something like this, right? Having my stop loss below this area, then of course targeting just this high. I'm not doing too much. This is give me 2.6, risking 1.6 pips. I'm targeting like 4.3 pips. Are you seeing it? Right? This is just low. We are analyzing the 1 minute time frame. You get? Now you can aim more, right? And let me show you how to actually get more on this. When you're in a situation like this and you don't know, and this is like the highest point you're seeing in the market, how do you know where to get to, right? How do you know where to get to in a trade like this? Having your entry down here, and this is your fair value gap, right? And this is your high, having your entry. You can decide to shoot for, you can decide to shoot for the extra 50% of this. Go to settings, 0.5, 1, 1.5, right? That's 1.5, right? This is 1.5 or 1/5. Can set to have your entry shoot. That's this is where you expect the market to get to above the last high you're seeing, or above the last high you're seeing here, right? Now, if you want to get this particular move, we have to now draw. If you want to get this move, or where you expect the market to get, considering this high and this particular low here, we have to draw this our Fibonacci, respecting this and this. And to do that, it's going to be something like this is not this what I'm doing now is not even the best, basically, actually. So we have to be shooting for somewhere around here. But let's just allow this guy be and work with what we have here already. Right? This is a low and these are high. Right? And the market is about to break this high and of course break this other one. So if I'm taking boom, are you seeing this? Are you seeing this? Are you seeing this? Now the market has come into our area of interest. Yeah, we have a fair value gap, we have an entry down here as we are looking at. We expect the market to come in down here, right? There's no, is there any fair? There's nothing here, but the market actually came into our area of interest. So if you don't want to wait for the fair value gap, you can just jump in here. One thing is that the market has finally come into your area of interest, right? So this is actually a very, very, yeah, very, very, um, very, very good, this particular area. All right. Very, very good on this particular area. So let's see if it's going to come down to this point, right? So this time around, this is going to be a possible entry. It's appearing already. Let's see. This is going to be a possible entry. This point, right? A long position down here, targeting this area over here. So aiming for 5.6 pips, risking 1.4 for just 3.5 RR. So that is it. That's what we are risking over here. right? Okay. So that is it about it. All right. Boom. Are you seeing this? Final market according to our entry, right? So let's see if it's going to take us out. But the market has got into our entry now. Can you see what this is? A live analysis, right? The market has gone into our entry. So we are in this trade now, right? We are in this trade now. There's a way. There's a way to actually take this trade. Let me see. Buy, right? I think I have to connect. You can use your trading view to actually do paper trading. Just connect it. All right. How you connected? Okay. All right. Let's say I want to take a buy right now. 100 points. I don't even know my TP stop loss. Just buy first. I'll adjust the rest. Yeah. TP. This is spent as our TP. All right. And SL. Sorry. Here. Okay. Have we gotten it? Confirm. All right. Okay. So this is you taking a trade on your trading view, right? This is you taking a trade on your trading view, and that is it about that. I think I entered with quite very low. Aiming for something. Wait, let me see. Let me assume I want to take another buy. Let me say I want to take another buy. We are trying out something here. Let's say go for 20,000 units. 20,000. Okay, in that case, we have okay. So 21,000. So with this, we're just trying to get 11 USD from it, and you lost 3 points. You're already on. So allow this to run, right? And see. Should I add another? No. I'll just let it be. All right. So that is it about it, family, right? I believe you got some. Let's see how this trade actually runs. Let's see how it runs. Let's see how it runs. Okay. Let's see how it runs. We have our main entry. Just have this low point you're looking at here. So let me take out this one entirely and see if we get taken out. We entered at this point. Let's see if we are going to get taken out. All right. So that is it about it. So cheers and all the best, family. Let's see how this guy runs at the end of the day. Remember, our main entry is down here from our 15 minutes time frame. All right. So cheers and have a great morning.